Adequate notice of the July 9th, 2026 regular meeting of the Township Committee has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by posting written notice and agenda of the meeting on a bulletin board in the municipal building, 1000 Route 10, Township of Hanover, and by posting the same on the official website and by delivering such notice to the following newspapers: Morris County Daily Record, Hanover Eagle, and by filing the same with the Township Clerk.
Roll call, Committeeman Cahill.
Here.
Committeeman Faramasca.
Here.
Committeeman Ferrancioli.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Mahalko.
Here.
Mayor Gallagher.
Here.
5 members in attendance.
Okay, if you would, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for our prayer led by Deputy Mayor Mike Mahalko. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, please watch over and guide this governing body with abundance of wisdom and understanding to help make the best decisions for our residents. Please bless our first responders and township volunteers who help keep us all safe. Also bless our township employees and residents. Lastly, please let us pray for the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who stand vigil over us always. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Michael.
Joe, would you like to begin with the presentation? That would be great, thank you.
So we're honored to have with us.
Yours.
We're honored to have with us a very distinguished member of the township family, Barbara Davis, who has worked with the township committee for over 27 years as being our professional technical consultant dealing with open space and the environment. So, Barbara, it gives us great pleasure to welcome you and your husband, Glenn, so that the Township Committee and the staff can honor you this evening. So the first thing we have, Mayor and members of the Township Committee, is a plaque for Barbara, and it reads as follows: Hanover Township Distinguished Community Service Award, presented to Barbara Davis, Professional Planner, Vice President Programs, the Land Conservancy of New Jersey. Upon her retirement, in grateful recognition of 27 years of exemplary service to Hanover Township, and in high esteem of her leadership, stewardship, and commitment in protecting and preserving the township's open space and environmental resources. Congratulations as you begin a new career, a new chapter in life's journey, presented by the Township Committee. We have a little gift for Barbara.
Joe, you want up? You want the whole group? The whole group. Krista, Mike, Brian. Now, party. Hey, you guys may as well come down. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. We need your husband in the middle of this. Yeah, and we'll put Joe, Giorgio, and Ron next to you because you guys have the most history together. How do you want me to? What do you want to do? Why don't you just jump right in?
You guys out for sure? Yep. In or out, it's okay.
Jeff, did you want to jump in with us?
That's right.
Pleasure working with you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to say a few words. We would love you to.
Okay? You can say whatever you want. I'll override the mayor. Go ahead.
Bravo.
So I just want to say that I've worked with Hanover Township since the start of their open space program, and I've worked with nearly 200 municipalities across the state of New Jersey. Hanover Township was my first. They did your open space plan when I started in And Hanover Township follows a really unique open space objective. They proceed carefully, thoughtfully, and innovatively. Hanover Township for 10 years leased the New Jersey Department of Transportation property right behind ShopRite up through Forest Way, thinking at some point maybe it could be a trail. And it took 10 years, and they purchased it from the government of New Jersey, took 2 attorney generals in 2 different departments. It took a complicated survey, ended up being fully paid for by the state of New Jersey. One department paid another one in $1964 because that's when they acquired it. And I've been really proud to be part of working with Hanover. I've worked with Jerry on your Trails program. I've worked with Joe on numerous open space acquisitions. You have more in the works. Hanover is a beautiful town because of each one of you. And your community farm is really a model for all the other towns in the county. So I'm really proud to be able to live near Hanover Township. I recreate in Hanover Township. The members of my synagogue come up to me to tell me what you do in Hanover Township. So I really thank you, and I just appreciate
Barbara, it's
everything that
because
you've
of
done.
you too.
I just want to say this is a very big deal. If you can spend a few minutes together, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget your hat.
I will. Thank you.
Good hang meeting here.
Thank you, Barbara.
Bye, Barbara, bye, Glenn.
Bye. Okay, you all ready to continue?
We're ready, Krista.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have a proclamation. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Krista, go ahead.
Just want you to shut your mic off for a second. There you go. Thanks. A proclamation of the Township Committee of the Township of Hanover designating the month of July as Park and Recreation Month within Hanover Township. And we have a proclamation, we will give that to me, and I'll give it to TQ.
I thought you were going to read the title.
That was the title.
Oh, okay.
Proclamation of the Township Committee of the Township of Hanover designating the month of July as Park and Recreation Month within Hanover Township.
Krista, can you read that one more time, please?
Sure, and again.
Thank you. And thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, we have 3 letters of resignation. The first is a resignation from Department of Public Works Sanitation Driver Laborer Jesse Lorenzo Mosca, effective July 15th, 2026. Next is a letter of resignation from Keith Holler, the part-time plumbing inspector for the building department, effective July 9th, 2026. And lastly, we have a letter of resignation from David Doyle, the digital evidence coordinator for the Hanover Township Police Department, effective July 15th, 2026. May I please have a motion to accept 3 letters of resignation?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have the approval of the Township Committee meeting minutes of June 11th and June 25th. May I please have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
So moved?
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So
I approve of the meeting notes of June 11th, but I'm going to abstain from the 25th.
Thank you.
Krista, same by me.
Thank you. I'll make that note. Next is the public hearing and adoption of ordinance number 28-2026. Proof of publication that the ordinance and the notice of introduction appeared in full on the township's website under legal ads on June 12, 2026, in accordance with the law. At this time, may I have a motion to convene the public hearing on ordinance number 28-2026?
Make a motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody in chambers wishing to be heard concerning ordinance number 20-2026? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Hearing none, seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on...
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now on adoption, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 28-2026?
Make the motion.
Second?
On roll call, Committeeman Cahill.
Aye.
Committeeman Farah-Mosca.
Aye.
Committeeman Francioli.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Mahalko.
Yes.
Mayor Gallagher.
Aye.
So adopted. Next is the approval of resolutions as a consent agenda. Resolution numbers 146, 2026 through 160-2026. Does any member of the committee have any questions or comments regarding these resolutions? May I please have a motion to approve the resolutions as a consent agenda?
So moved.
May I have a second? Yes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, just a quick question. You said 146.
I'm sorry, 147. I apologize. It's on the... I'm sorry, I apologize. Thank you for the correction. May I take a motion to approve, let me double check what I have here. Resolutions number 147, 2026 through 160-2026.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Next, we have to pay our bills in the amount of $10,336,703.46. May I please have a motion?
Motion for the esteemed CFO to pay our bills.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor to pay the bills?
Aye.
So passed. Mayor and the members of the committee, that clears the agenda, and I thank you, and I'm sorry for the little mistake.
Krista, great job. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone from the public that would like to address the governing body, please step up to the podium, state your name and address, and you have 4 minutes.
Gary Kaiser, Hanover Township. I just have a question, and the first question is, what's the story on 1255 Route 10? I know you've been working on trying to retain that property, the red carpet. What's the status?
Joe?
Well, this property, Gary, is in litigation. So this property is in litigation. So I think that our esteemed township attorney would say, we're limited in what we could say.
Correct.
We are doing, because we may be in negotiations with the property owner, what we do is a due diligence report to review and analyze that property. But I don't think we can say any more than that because of the sensitivity of the litigation.
Okay.
I'll defer to Fred if he wants to say.
I understand that.
Yeah, I think what Mr. Giorgio said is everything we can say at this point. I think that's an excellent summary.
Okay, thank you.
And I just want to make clear to you, Gary, that this has been a focus for quite a bit of time in Hanover Township, and there was the infamous 115 days, 7 days a week that 4 of us worked on it
I know.
tirelessly.
I was at those meetings.
So this is our focus, and we're going to continue to work very hard, but very limited.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. What else you got, Gary?
The other, as a follow-up of that, the reason why I ask, now I'm putting another hat on, as being chairman of the Board of Fire Commissioners, District 3, our EMS people go there frequently. It's our job to go to emergencies, but when you go to emergencies and you see a lot of things going on, for instance, say some people be infested with lice all over their bodies. It affects our police department, affects us. We come back, we've got to contaminate our decon, our ambulance, which takes an hour and a half. There's a lot of other things, I know you're aware of what's going on there, that affects our EMS people. That goes there for the first responders and the police as part of the first responders. That's why I asked that question.
Fred, you're going to be very happy with how I'm going to answer this. I'm going to ask Fred to say something about this because I want to be very careful. Fred?
Yeah, we continue to take note of all of these concerns, and that's been something that the governing body has tried to address through the hotel ordinance, and there's, as Mr. Giorgio said, litigation. As the mayor said, the the time period 24/7, so with state agencies, so we just continue to try to make things better.
So I know there's a big push on that property, and still the litigation, that could take a little while.
And I just want to say, I appreciate you bringing this information to us again, because if it wasn't for detail we got from a lot of residents, we wouldn't have the information that we have, so it's very helpful.
Okay, thank you. The other thing is, we had a heat wave. We had the 4th of July. We had a storm. The Cedar Knolls Fire Department First Aid Squad, Fire District 3, from 6 a.m. July 3rd through 6 a.m. July 5th, we responded to 51 calls. 27 were EMS, 24 were fire, 1 was a serious accident. On 24 were involved 10 patients. So that span, the chief, our administrator, myself sat down, we brought extra people in because of the heat wave to protect our residents. We have a lot of elderly people in our town. We want to make sure they would be adequately attended to. But that 51 calls is a lot of calls in that span of time. I just wanted to bring that up to your attention.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. And Brian, do you want to say anything to that?
No, I was going to save it for comments later.
Okay. Yep. All right, Gary?
Okay, one more thing. Mr. Gallagher, I read your post about the trees.
Yes.
Back in Sandy, they suspended cutting up the trees for it and tying them because we had a lot of debris down. JCP&L comes in, they'll cut the lines, they'll put the power lines, and they leave everything there. So the homeowner needs to clean that up. The town just can't come pick up that brush.
I will address that at the end, but what I will tell you is the explanation was very, very clear.
It was.
It's broken down into 3 pieces, and I'll get into that at the very end. But yes,
Okay, very
Gary.
good, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Terry Baird from the Whippany section of Hanover Township. I have a question about the website. Who is in charge of the actual website?
Krista, is that James or you?
Well, actually, it's a shared website. It's done by administration, the office of the township clerk, and even recreation.
But is there like an overall webmaster person for
It
the,
would be James Honorevoli, the assistant township
it
engineer.
would be James?
Yeah, it would be
Okay.
James.
Because I have some questions about the agendas and how they are posted, because you'll post one, and then there'll be 5 more posted, but I never get notification of the other ones being posted. And I always joke to myself that, I go down the barn, feed the horses, I come back up before the meeting, and then I check to see if it's changed again, before we've, come to the meeting, because a lot of things get thrown in, at the last minute, and I don't know because I don't get a notification. And I've signed up for all the notifications. I'm stupid, but I did. I signed up for all the notifications. I got one of those accounts, I signed up. But it happens a lot. There's a lot of the agendas they have the same date and time, but yet they're not I check it every day, and one more's there, one more's there. It's updated, and I'm not getting notifications about it. So, but I get a notification for the first one.
So are you referring to the township committee?
Agendas for
Okay.
that, agendas
So
for
sometimes when
EDAC.
it's updated, I don't believe that it's a notification. So if there was a change to a title or something, we would just go in and change that. But if it is a relevant change, we do then blast it out again. So you should get the draft agendas are always blasted out, and always the final agendas are always blasted out.
I don't get it.
Okay, well, we'll make note of that, and we'll make sure that that happens.
All right.
Sorry about
So,
that.
But, and I guess I'll get in touch with James, because there's a couple of other things. It's not,
You could just send an email to him with all your comments, and then we'll take care of that.
okay, yeah.
Thanks,
because
Terry.
It's been happening for quite a while.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is Mark Korzak. I live on B Meadow Parkway. I would like to address the police officer here. B Meadow Parkway is known to be a throughway now, just like Route 10 or Route 46. And I don't see that much being done by the police department to issue tickets there.
I am actually the one in our department that hits B Meadow Parkway the heaviest.
It should be hit more often. I even see township vehicles speeding, which is unconscionable. It's a 25-mile speed limit on that particular street. There's more and more kids living on that street, playing in their front yards. If a ball comes out or a deer runs out, God forbid. I mean, just past Christmas, my sister-in-law came from Delaware to spend Christmas Eve with us. Her dog ran out, boom, car hit. Okay? That's, if the police department could be a little bit more proactive there, be greatly appreciated. Maybe put some signs, flashing signs like they have in East Hanover Township.
I'll meet with you after this meeting to give you the appropriate email and have that traffic division. That is
Okay.
just started in the past year.
I'm a volunteer, I'm semi-retired, I can help you out. Okay? Just, give me a badge.
Concern is very.
My radar's my eye, trust me. Number two, to your knowledge on this committee, are there any buildings being built in the township that have a direction for data centers?
I can answer that.
Go ahead, please.
There's currently one, there was two, one of them left, and that's the big talk right now, data centers. We're looking at how to regulate them or allow them at all. We understand all the information that's going out there. We understand the public outcry. We live here. We don't just work here. And I want you to know that we began discussing it as our due diligence, and we probably feel and think the same way that you do, because we have access to all the same information
What
you
would be
do.
the power that they'd be coming in at? 5 megawatt, 10 megawatt, 15, 30?
We're well aware.
Okay? And will they be building their own power supply?
And the only thing that's good about our situation with data centers is the people that want to build them require so much property. We don't have that available property in Hanover Township. So we have
No. They could have a building that's, let's say, 150,000 square feet, they could put a data center.
They can, if we allow it. But
Okay.
the big companies are going for the big parcels
Yes.
that we don't have available in Hanover Township right now.
Correct.
Which is a good thing.
Correct. All right.
And
Let's
I'm
keep an eye on
available,
that.
we're available offline all the time. We could be a little more candid with you.
Okay, fine. Last thing, it came to my attention that there's a big piece of land that was sold behind Bear, which I think you're all aware of. Did those developers submit plans for building already?
What was that?
Did those developers submit plans for building?
Well, Jerry's not here. Yeah, Jerry, did we get plans yet for that?
Well, as you know, it did receive planning board approval. Those plans have been approved, and they are submitting a developer's agreements, which lays out the responsibilities that the town has and also the contract.
Okay,
that
as
the
far as the
developer has.
responsibilities of the
But in
town,
terms But in terms of building permits, those have not been issued yet.
has the town enticed that particular developer with any property tax abatements to build?
Fred?
This is the Bear extension, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, there's no enticements to that extent. As a matter of fact, that development is going to be at 6 units an acre, and affordable housing development throughout the county is around 16 or 17 units an acre. So what that could have been and what it is going to be is much more manageable under the circumstances, but there are no abatements. There's certain what I'd call agreements with respect to the affordable units, when it comes to
Oh, so there
special
is
needs
affordable
health.
housing going in there?
Well, there's some, by law, everywhere you have to have, 20%. So, but no, there's no other incentives or tax breaks or anything like that.
Okay. Just want to make that clear, because I know that there's other cities and townships do entice a particular developer coming with property tax abatements, and who takes the fall? The taxpayers of that particular township. Thank you for your meeting.
Thank you. Anyone else?
John Rio, 2 Lexington Court, Whippany. Since it was brought up, just out of curiosity, the assumption is that the state approved the affordable housing program that you guys put in? Yeah?
Fred?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the 4th round, and it's
Right.
really a state mandate. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
we
but-
get our numbers, and the township pushed back a great deal, and also within the law, minimized what the total build-out would be for the 4th round. So at this point, we still have challengers who want the township to build more, but under this round and the plan the township's put forward, so far, that plan has been met with approvals of the court.
Right, so the state has approved your plans?
Well, it's the courts, yeah,
Well,
through the state's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
numbers, you know, and things of that nature, the
Right.
state mandate.
Right.
But this was by far minimal compared to what the other rounds were, even though the requirements of the state were really
No,
high.
I am well aware of that. I was just asking whether they did
Yeah.
approve it.
Yes, at this point, it's approved, and there are some parties who have challenged because they'd like it to be more.
Right.
And so the townships oppose that. But at this point, we are compliant
Right.
with the state program, and we do not have any, so to speak, that would, builder's remedy.
Right.
That would be available because we're a compliant municipality.
Okay, so you guys should be proud of yourselves then, I'm assuming, yeah? Should be given a hand for that. You should be given a hand for
ourselves
that.
right now.
You should be given a hand for that, yeah?
You know,
Okay,
John, I've said many times, and I'm going to give credit to everybody up on this dais, and there's always moving parts, and we can get a call any day from Fred or Jeff or Joe, but the program that we put forth is pretty much the best program in North Jersey.
right.
And we do feel good about that, and we work very hard to get that result. But again, until Fred calls and says everything's finished,
You're still holding your breath then?
I hold my breath quite a bit, to be honest with you.
Okay. Second question is, well, not second question, is, as you recall, the last committee meeting, I was talking about the prophylactics on the fire hydrants in our neighborhood. Well, our neighborhood's the only one that has them on it, and I've realized why, and that's because they're redoing the dips in the sidewalks in our entire neighborhood. So I'm assuming that the water company put those on, so this way the contractors don't use the hydrants. Am I correct or incorrect?
Well, after the meeting, Mr. Kaiser and Mike discussed quite a bit about that with us because we didn't know about it. Mike, would you like to say anything about that, or?
No, that's a good assumption. I haven't been in touch with the water company. I don't know exactly where they're putting them and why.
Well,
You know, but if I was, you know,
I've gone around, I mean, I've driven around, and there's, you know, a ton of hydrants around the area. There's at least 2 on Eden Lane, right? On the south side of Whippany Road, and then there's more on Eden Lane on the north side, okay, which do not have them on them. So my assumption is that the water company put them on there as a deterrent for the contractors in using that water.
sounds like a reasonable assumption.
John, I'm going to tell you 2 things. When I was young, we used to clear land, and we were always on sites. And in the summertime, when you get a drought, all day long, you see water trucks going through to keep the dust down. In some of my private due diligence, there's 2 pieces of a trade, these trades that most people don't understand or have seen, where they haul away tandems of dirt all day long so they don't simply push it out and change the grade, and they have to water the dirt so it doesn't turn into dust. So I think that could be a pretty reasonable explanation or assumption on that's why it's only in that neighborhood.
Okay, all right. And then the next question I have is a technical question. In light of the flooding that New Jersey has had, and it's been hit, and we've seen it on the news in other portions, do you know who, I mean, I looked on the website, and according to the website, the Hanover Township Sewage Authority is in charge of monitoring the water tables.
Monitoring what?
The water table.
I couldn't hear you.
The water table.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, the water table. However, but I've called them and they're telling me that they don't. So can you just tell me who's in charge of monitoring the water table?
Well, if you want to talk about flooding and not the sewage authority, I could tell you that we created the Whippany-Passaic Flood Remediation Task Force right in this building.
Right.
We received $3.2 million from Mikey Sherrill when she was the congresswoman.
Right.
We took out 150 yards behind PC Richards, 175 behind Platiota. We had downstream service behind Stymus Lane and Klinger Road, 14 solid days. A month ago, we got approval for 16 more sites from the USDA, from Morristown to 280, from Chatham down to Ravillas in East Hanover. Since then, Governor Sherrill said 3/4 of our problem was working to circumvent the DEP. We had a very high-level meeting in East Hanover. I'm personally working with the commissioner of the New Jersey DEP and the deputy commissioner. They're going to take our program, two pieces of it, desnagging and bank reestablishment, put it into a best practice, a template, and we're looking at permitting. So we are going in the next 30 to 45 days and cleaning out 16 more sites. And also, we're tying that into the mosquito commission, because when water runs, it's a lot healthier, there's a lot less mosquitoes. So the neglect for 50 to 60 years of these waterways, we're paying the freight on it, and we're making a big move on it. As far as the sewage authority, I've never talked to them at all about water table or flooding, never.
Well, that's fine, but the only reason why I'm asking the question is because I tried to find out how often, do we do water table checks, all right? And according to the website, the Hanover Sewage Authority is in charge of the water table with the assistance of the Department of Public Works, according to Hanover.com, or HanoverTownship.com, whatever it is. That's why I asked the question.
That's a good question.
Because I went to them and they said, I know nothing about it. And it seems like, somebody's saying, go see them, go see them, go see them.
Put it this way, we have 52 members at the Whippany-Passaic Flood Remediation. We're speaking to groups of 5 and 6 towns.
Right.
Many different areas. We're working lockstep with local municipal engineers and Collier's Engineering, which is national.
Right.
And nobody's ever mentioned the Sewage Authority once to me about water table or being involved in any kind of flood remediation or water table or monitoring of the water table. No, I've never heard that until tonight.
Okay, well, I can show you the reference.
I'll look into that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
John, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, hearing none, motion to close? So moved. All in favor? Aye. Does anybody want to address the public for a minute or so?
I have, Mr. Mayor, just one comment, and it came from John at the last meeting, and the concerns over locked fire hydrants. I think it just came up again. I had a discussion with OEM on that, and regarding our fire companies and the locked hydrants. And the water company, SMC MUA, in locking the hydrants, informs the fire company and provides the proper tool for them to open hydrants. There's no jeopardy to the public safety with them having the right tools to open those hydrants. But you're correct in that they are closed for reasons that they're being used for less than fire protection. So just wanted the public in general to know that we are a safe community where the fire hydrants are concerned. They can be accessed by any of our fire companies and open. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. John, you have anything?
Yeah, Township Committee has really made roads a priority, and the good news is we're seeing our roads being paved, and we hope to complete the paving projects this year by August 1st. So that's an improvement.
Beautiful. Brian?
Well, first, like I said, I was going to mention it at this moment, but thank you very much to the police department, fire departments, OEM. I spoke with the director of OEM. I spoke with the chief today, let the dust settle, just to get some more details on how they handled everything. DPW as well. I mean, apparently it was a very, very well coordinated weekend. everybody was very, very busy, a lot of hours. So I'll just say, thank you very much. These storms come up once in a while where it's just crazy, and it's really, really encouraging to see the way the people that work for this town come together and help wherever we can. So I'll stop with that. I did also, since we're talking about first responders, a couple of things I just wanted to mention. Congratulations to Officer Trevor Smith. He's one of our new police officers. He just graduated the Morris County Police Academy, so he's going to be continuing his development here, working in town and getting some first hands-on training. Also, Sammy Tamimi officially started with the department, another new officer, and he will begin some training here prior to starting at the police academy in July. So 2 new officers as our police department continues to evolve and continues to evolve and help us to maintain our traffic division, actually, which is very important. One other note of congratulations, Officer Tim Delgauer was selected to be a part-time member of the Morris County Sheriff's Emergency Response Team, or SERT. This is kind of, the only thing I can equate it to in layman's terms, it's a group of officers from different departments that help out in extreme situations. Think of just real emergencies. Think of SWAT, if you will, almost. If there's any sort of major crimes going on or anything like that, they would get involved in that. But to become a member of this, I looked over what's required, both physically and mentally and everything. It's outstanding. I mean, for Tim, I understand he's the first one in this department to make this CERT team. But it was truly an effort, and it is a testament to his capabilities. So congratulations to Tim. Lastly, I just also want to mention, you've probably seen a lot of activity and some Fife soccer team buses going up and down Route 10. A lot of police cars, a lot of security over on Melanie Lane. That is ongoing. The question came up from one of our residents, who's paying for all that? So I just wanted to make it clear that the township, Chief Locke, the administration applies for grant money from the government to help pay for that. Right now, currently, we are entitled to about $10,500 in reimbursement to help pay for whatever overtime and whatever additional expenses we had. That's not the end of it. Obviously, the tournament is not over yet either. So the plan will be to actually apply for some more dollars to reimburse us for that. So when you see all that activity, just know it's not all on the taxpayers. We do get reimbursed.
Well, people have the pockets they should be paying for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brian. Michael Mahalko.
Just real quick, thank you all. A couple things, hopefully you made it to the patriotic celebration, our fireworks we had on July 1st. It was a terrific night. It was a little warm, but we had a great time. Hopefully you got to meet George Washington and Rochambeau and some other reenactors that came out. They were terrific also. We got our picture taken. We chatted with them for a little bit. They were in costume and in character. It was really, really nice, really fun night. We also had, Cultural Arts had sponsored a concert a couple weeks back, and that was also patriotic themed. Hopefully you guys made that. It was virtually a sellout crowd that had, snacks and other events going on. So that was another fun night that we just had. And then we also cut the ribbon on the skating rink. That's now open to the public. It's a big hit. I've driven by there many times, and I was really pleased to see a lot of people participating and using it, and young kids out there skating around and practicing their hockey, and even just rollerblading around. And again, in the wintertime, we'll be able to flood that, freeze it, and ice skate on it. So really looking for that in the wintertime also. Another note, Splash Pad is up and going. It's running great. We have some of our best numbers in years for pool registrations. And it's been a huge hit also. Drove by there, stopped in there a couple times, and it's great to see the kids playing on it, and adults and seniors too. It's kind of funny when it's kids time to be in the pool, the seniors kind of go to the splash pad, and then it reverses when it's adult swim. But it's great to have that too. So we're still accepting registrations, so if anybody is, if you're interested, come on out to the pool. It's a terrific amenity. They got a snack stand, they've got noodle nights, they've got concerts, they got bingo, mahjong, I think. So a lot of stuff going on. You can still apply, and I believe in the beginning of August we offer a reduced rate for the second half of the year. So come on out. It's a lot of people, and again, a terrific amenity. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, we got new art in the hall. Check it out on your way out. We rotate that. They're in for about 2 months, and then they rotate out, but we have a new artist out there. It's some really interesting stuff. One thing coming up, Park in the Dark. We've done it a couple times now. We're going to do it again on July 29th, Wednesday, 8 p.m. over at Bee Meadow Park. Bring your flashlights, put on some bug spray. I wind up usually leading it, which I really enjoy doing. We go, and I've also invited a couple people in the past. Lenny Ferriello has come, and he's a local historian, and talk about Hanover and the park system. And it's a nice night out. And please come on out. It's nice to enjoy that amenity also. The paths are terrific, especially on a hot day. The nights are cool back there. It's nice to come out. So again, that was on the 29th, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. So
Thank you, Mike.
thank you.
Fishing contest was a great success.
Oh, the
You did
fishing
a great
contest,
job
too.
on
We had
that.
so much going on, yeah.
And I can't tell you how personally warm I felt to see a toddler in rollerblades on our new hockey rink on that hot day, which means that rink is going to get use
Yeah, absolutely.
365 days a year.
Yeah, it was,
That's
again, a
great.
terrific amenity that we've opened up. And Hanover, as you know, is really, for as small of a town as we are, we've got a big hockey following.
so?
A lot of good hockey players who've come up through the ranks, and we're here to support our youth and beyond, so.
Great.
Thank you, Michael. First of all, Fred, it's great to have you back on the dais with us. Thank you very much for everything. I know you're feeling a lot better.
Thank you.
And I'd say you're about, I think you're just about 100%. So thank you very much, man, and God
Thank
bless you and your family.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Sir, I'd like to address you for a second. I think that what happened tonight with you talking about Bee Meadow and one of our great Hanover Township policemen, Eric Woodruff, is we are always available to listen and learn and provide better service. And I appreciated the fact that you two took a few minutes and discussed it. Any comment, concern, or constructive criticism never falls on deaf ears in this room or in Hanover Township. And Eric's as sharp as a tack, and
about their vehicles feeding to it,
you're
The ones I've seen,
duly noted.
next time I get license plates in Maine, no problem.
And the last thing I want to say is about the storm. When things get rough, you get to look around and really see what people are made of. And I think a lot of people in Hanover Township really stepped up, and I'm very proud. It's been a very tough series of days, but that's what we signed up for, that's what we want to do. And again, quite a few people stepped up, and I'm very proud. I'm not going to single anybody out. I'm not going to single out any organization. But Hanover right now is in a pretty good place, and a lot of people worked very hard to get it to be there. On that note, motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
All in favor?
Aye.
Being home. Very nice guy.
He did that for me, and I said I can't.
I'll get you in touch with Eddie.
Yes, please do.